life's journey as told by the Major Arcana. One day, to the amazement and joy of our families, we are born into this great experience called life. It is here that we begin our journey as depicted by the Major Arcana. The first cycle begins, the Fool. As a newborn, we stand on the edge of a crevice devoid of all worldly knowledge, equipped with all that we need in our pouch, the four elements. We begin our earthbound spiritual journey as the Fool. It is not long after that as a newborn, we begin to have a will of our own, developing a mystery of our environment, organizational skills, and creative talents, as we spellbound others with our magic. We are the Magician. The High Priestess. Many things are not revealed to us at this time. They are hidden influences. As a young spirit, our soul, we sit between two worlds, trusting our existence to the High Priestess. The Empress. As we grow into adulthood, we begin to think we know what is going on. The Empress gives us a drive for material wealth, marriage, and even a family of our own. The Emperor. One day, we begin to believe that we are all rulers of our own domain. Developing leadership as the Emperor, we can now show our might through our new authority and war-making ability. The Hierophant. Suddenly, due to a need for social conformity, the ritual or the ceremony, we begin looking towards the Hierophant. Trying to desperately hold on to our newfound authority, we make an attempt to conform. The Lovers. A light begins to flicker in the back of our minds, or possibly the depths of our hearts and souls, as the lovers begin to show us temptation, attraction, and the universal struggle between sacred and profane love. The Chariot. But we still strong-minded, and soon again reaffirm through the Chariot that we are triumphant, successful, and in control over the animal forces of nature. Then the second cycle begins. Strength. We take this newfound energy and make it into what we believe it should be. With our strength, we show a force of character, as we believe our spiritual power is overcoming material power, love triumphing over hate. The Hermit. But then all of a sudden it dawns on us. There may be something else out there. This is our first real inclination. Suddenly we withdraw, receive silent counsel, and exercise prudence and discretion. As the Hermit, we begin to realize that a journey towards a higher authority consciousness may be necessary in order to gain knowledge. The Wheel of Fortune. After a bit of serious contemplation, we start to nurture the idea that we are indeed traveling a path filled with good fortune. Ultimately, we pull ourselves up and continue on. Justice. For many, this is a small victory. They begin to see a universal need, justice for all, not just themselves. A balance is required. With this new spiritual understanding, they continue on their path knowing that justice will be done. The Hanged Man. With all of our newfound wisdom and the great realization that we are still learning, the road looks long. We begin to despair. All our energy to this point appears to have been spent for nothing. A pause comes. Our lives are suspended once again. Death. Then it happens. After wallowing in self-pity and despair for as long as we can, it finally dawns on us. We are in charge of our destiny. We can make a difference. A complete rebirth is accomplished almost overnight in a metaphysical sense. All of us, at different ages or stages of our lives, eventually reach this point. I believe everyone is afforded this revelation at least once in their lives. Temperance. Renewed and alive again for the first time, we move ahead with tempering, coordination, and self-control. No longer interested in the early stages that we sought for many years. It is good to be alive. We are most assuredly on the right path now. The third cycle. Just as assuredly as we know we are on the right path, so does the devil. your perception of him, at least. Now, for the first time in our lives, we are truly worthy of his attention. We now possess a gift that he can enjoy corrupting. He tests us. The Tower. Here is where the battle is won or lost. Those that cannot pass this test begin to feel the conflicts, takes their toll, catastrophe, too much change. We are stripped of all our worldly possessions. The last of us are not in the correct path, fall here only to begin again somewhere back along the trail. The Star. At last we can finally see the true light at the end of the tunnel. Ironically, we begin in the dark with the star. Its insights, inspiration, hope, and unselfish aid combined with the gifts of the Spirit, great spiritual love can finally be exchanged amongst us. The Moon. It is during this night that we also see the moon for the first time. We are gaining intuition, imagination, and for the truly gifted, the awakening of psychic powers. It is a wonderful night for the spirit. The Sun. As the sun rises on this day of our awareness, we have finally gained material happiness and success. Simple pleasures felt as a newborn revisits us. This, to some, is arguably the best days of our physical lives. Total peace, innocence, and love abound. Judgment. As with all spiritual journeys, a judgment day must eventually come. This day of reckoning fits well into any belief system, be it God, divine consciousness, or even reviewing your own past life existence. For us, we can only hope to have learned all the lessons this plane of existence has to offer. In search of a well lived life and work well done, inevitably we take our final steps on this earthly world. The World. Our physical life is now spent. We complete our journey to see before us the world, the very thing we were gifted with, born into so long ago. We did not see it sooner. It is with this triumph that we finally find a bliss like no one could possibly explain.